We don't talk, at length about investing very often on this program, and it's something we're going to dedicate almost an entire show to next week. So stay tuned for that, because there are still plenty of people out there that are finding deals. I'm going to tell you how we're finding them, how we're sourcing them, how we're analyzing them, and whether it's just worth your time or not. Is it too risky right now to start to get into flipping? Is it too risky right now to get into buying and holding? I personally don't think so long as the deal makes sense. But we're going to talk more about that next weekend. So give you a little something to look forward to. I do also just want to kind of mention, just in the form of what we're experiencing when we talk with people right now that are thinking about making a move, but they're just uncertain about the economics of the decision. One of the things we always tend to hear during an election year right around this time is, well, we're going to just wait and we're going to see what happens in November. We're going to see what happens with the election. And when I ask for more information on that, or when I kind of just try to dig a little deeper on what they mean by that, is there something that they're concerned with? Are they afraid of something happening? Are they looking for some sort of opportunity that they think might arise as a result of that? I can be honest and blunt with you in that most people don't really know. They're concerned. And so, it's not my job or really my place to create motivation for somebody. I can aid somebody. I can provide information to help them better understand their decision and their choices. But your motivation is your own. And so for the folks that are saying, well, we're going to wait for the election in November and see what happens. I mean, I do understand that to an extent. I mean, think about the economic policies that have been put in place over the past few months that have really helped us remain afloat. I mean, we're fortunate to be in an industry right now in real estate that's just thriving as a result of this. I mean, we are working our tails off day in and day out. I've negotiated contracts at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, almost every night of the week, it seems, for like the past month. There's just a lot of activity in our market right now. But if you think about, the PPP funds and the EIDL funds and the nice little check that, people got from the government, and the fact that interest rates are incredibly low right now. I mean, it's helping to keep our housing market and remain a robust housing market, but we also do need inventory. The market is it's unnaturally out of balance right now. It's very heavily favoring sellers. And not that I'm a proponent for a seller's market or a buyer's market or a normal market. I'm just here to say that the pendulum has swung so far to the right, meaning a seller's market, that of course it makes it really challenging for buyers. Sellers, of course, are taking full advantage of that right now. But I do want to just say that as a buyer, if you're not taking advantage of the interest rates right now, whether through refinancing or through buying a property right now, I think come this time, maybe next year, or certainly the year after that, I think it's going to be something you regret. And I'm being honest with that, because right now people still have a financial incentive to move. They've got, of course, the interest in moving because they've been living in their home and it's just not working for them, like I've said multiple times throughout this program. But you also have affordability that is attractive despite the fact that prices are still going up. And so people are concerned about maybe prices starting to come down a little bit. And so I want to pose this question to you. What do you think is more likely to happen? Prices come down by 12% or interest rates go up by 1%? Because the reality is a 1% swing in interest rate affects your payment by about 12%. I think it's a little more likely for interest rates to go up than for prices to just jump way down 12%. So as a buyer, yeah, you might be paying top dollar for a property right now, and I get that, but you're locking into an interest rate that's incredibly attractive over the next 30 years. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when you want to go and buy something, it's going to be really hard to wrap your head around selling your property that you will have some equity in, but then purchasing something at a 4.5% interest rate. We're going to be looking at the payment, and that's going to become more important, I think, to people than what they're focusing on right now, because focus is on prices right now. So if you're thinking about making a move and you want to just talk through the process, feel free to give me a call. I'd love to just kind of give you an understanding of what we're experiencing and how we're consulting our clients, whether it makes sense for you or not, and whether we can help you throughout this process. So feel free to give me a call, 843-400-8009, 400-8009, or go to listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Thanks so much for listening to the BrianBeatty